Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's makeup look is going to be a little summery pop of green and blue. I used MAC Kelly and MAC's Electric Eel. Figured I can get in one more summer look before, it's already over, which we're in August, and I can't believe. So we're gonna have to start moving into fall looks, which I'm super excited about. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy. Bye. Alrighty, so we are going to start off with priming our lids. Since I filmed my brows in the last video, I figured I can do them off camera this time. I still use the same products, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. We're going to start off with priming the lids. I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. This is one of my favorite go-tos for priming my lids. I just like the tone, the color. It just works well under every shadow that I use. I never have an issue with it, so I just love using that. So we did that from the brow bone to lid, and then next we're going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I like using the shade WOS. It's just a good, I use this for all of my setting, the Painterly Paint Pot, because it just, you always want to set cream products, that way you don't get the creasing, but this shade works great over the Painterly Paint Pot. And I just like using this for whether I'm doing just an easy everyday look or dramatic smoky eye. I always use these products. I'm just using a Wet n Wild brush to put that all over the lid up to the brow bone. And then next we're going to be going in with MAC's Wedge. This is a great shadow, I know people who use this as a brow powder, obviously it's a great shadow to use in the crease. It's just a nice tone. It's kind of on the neutral, cool side, but it's great, and we're just going to put that from the inner to outer crease, and just going to kind of buff that in, do that for both eyes. And for that, I am using the Morphe M441 brush. And we're getting a quick little phone call, and we'll just letting them know that I'm filming, and I'll call them back. And then we're gonna move back onto the eyes. So we're just buffing that all into the crease. And then next I'm going in, I don't think I show it, but I am going in with soft brown on a Morphe M433 brush. And again, just kind of inner and outer crease. I really wanted to keep it neutral for the lid and the crease because we are going with that pop of blue. I didn't want to do anything too crazy up there. I mean, you totally can, but we still wanted this to be kind of like everyday appropriate, natural, but still giving that little bit of pop for the summer is always fun. So we're just doing MAC Soft Brown all over there, because I do like warmth in my eyes, especially since I do have the brown eyes. I could, brown eyes are so universal, so I do like to have a little bit of warmth in there. And then just going back in with the M441. Now I'm taking the, let's see, which one is this? This is the Morphe M507 with the shade Texture. And I'm just adding a little bit more depth to the outer crease, just so you can, see what's going on there, adding a little bit more darkness. Just felt like the Wedge and the soft brown on its own wasn't enough. I still wanted it to be a little bit on the bolder side, but, we didn't want to get too crazy. And then next I am taking, I believe I'm just doing MAC Wedge all over the lid, just so it's not super white, just kind of giving a little bit of color. And then next we are going in with Laura Geller's Spackle Primer. I will be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I did want to try it out for the sake of the video. I do like the Professional. I think it lays better under the Naked Skin foundation. This is supposed to be like an illuminating primer, but it was super, hot out this day, so I did have a little extra dew than I wanted. But I do tend to have drier skin, so But you know, it's good. It depends on what foundation you're using it under, but it does the job. And then next, you know, I'm going in with my Naked Skin Foundation. I'm in the shade 3.0, and then we're just going to buff that all over the skin with a Morphe E44. And you know, I like to just pump it right onto the brush. I usually do about one pump and dot it all over my face, and then just kind of work with that. I don't know if I do need a little bit more. Obviously, I, you know, pump more onto the brush. And I love this brush. It's super, super soft. You know, it's very gentle on the skin. I know Morphe did reformulate their Elite Collection brushes, which I will definitely have to be picking a few of those up. But for now, this one is one of my favorites, and I love using it. So yeah, we're just, you know, buffing that into the forehead, getting that all over. And, you know, just making sure we cover all the spots. I did have a couple little breakouts, so just making sure, you know, you get those, especially around the hairline. You know, I'm not too tan this summer, so this shade does work pretty well for me. And then, yeah, we're going in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer. And I am in the shade Light Neutral. I do want to try the Light Warm because it does have that peachier undertone. So it'll help with any like dark circles or anything like that. But for now, we're going to use this one up. And I'm just going in there with my trusty damp beauty blender. And we're just going to blend that out. You know, just making sure we get all the, you know, everything into the crease. Especially since it is a little bit brighter than my foundation. Definitely want to make sure you blend it really well. And I do like putting it on the forehead, down the center of the nose, and a little bit on the chin, just to kind of balance out the brightness. So, you know, we don't have too much brightness going on or too much dark. Just make sure, you know, it helps it blend, everything blend really well. And then, yeah, I'm going to go in with my Rcma No Color Powder. This is great. I recently started baking, even though my skin is dry. It just helps, especially since we are going to be going in with the brighter color. It is good to have that powder underneath there. So, you know, if there's any fallout, we can just kind of dust it away with the powder. And, yeah, we're just going to do that. Bake that under there. And I just started also doing it with the Beauty Blender, which I actually really like. And because it's no color powder, we don't have to worry about it. Like, you know, I could use it, you know, without having to go in and clean everything up. So yeah, we're just making sure there's lots of powder under there. And just kind of setting the forehead where I put the concealer, a little bit on the nose. And then I'm going in with MAC's Studio Fix Powder and C5, just to kind of set the foundation. Again, since it was a hot day out too, you just want to make sure you set everything, no crease, so we don't get any creasing, or, you know, and you make, you know, your makeup stays in place, so you don't have to worry about it sliding around, especially on the hot days. Let's see. And I'm looking for some, oh, getting a little bit more powder because I'm getting ready to do the bright under eye pop. So here I am going in with MAC's Electric Eel. And I'm going to go in with that first. I originally just wanted to use the Electric Eel. I bought a bunch of bright colors recently, and I've been dying to do a look like this, so I was like, I originally just wanted to do the blue, but, you know, I did think it needed a little bit more, something else, so that's why I added the MAC's Kelly in there, and I really like the way it turned out. But yeah, we're just buffing that on the lower lash line, making sure we got, you know, you definitely have to build it up. You don't want to go in too heavy, because then that's when you do get a lot of fallout, or it's not, doesn't blend as well, so you definitely want to, like, build the color, you know, slowly. We're doing that on both eyes. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to touch that up a little. And then next we're going to be going in with MAC Kelly, which again, I picked the brighter shades up recently this year. And I'm really liking this. It's great for the summer. And I am dusting away a little bit of that powder just because if I let it sit too long, then it tends to make my under eye a little bit on the drier side, and then it looks just kind of cakey, which I don't like. So I can't bake for too long, otherwise it just looks bad. Alrighty, so here we are going in with Max Kelly. And again, I'm just kind of like blending them together. It kind of gives it almost the color of my walls, which is pretty funny. Did not tend to do that on purpose. But I feel like it just gave it a little bit more of a pop, as you can see. It just brought it the look all together. Next, I'm going in with MAC Nylon. And, you know, just highlighting the brow bone. And then I wanted to do a like really nice like shimmery pop in the inner corner. I felt like it just really gave the look something different. Instead of just doing the color underneath, you know, I wanted to give it the edge that it needed. So I, you know, brought that in the center. Just making sure it's nice and frosty. Next, we're going to be going, oh, there it goes, I dropped it. Next, we're going to be going in with the Revolution, Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer in the shade Golden Days. I've really been liking this, and this was new for me. I picked this up at Ulta not too long ago, and it was only $6, which is pretty good. I wanted to, this does have a little bit of like just a little bit of shimmer to it, and I wanted something a little bit shimmery for the summer. I just feel like it's appropriate. You can get away with it better. And like I said, because I do have dry skin, you know, it works for me. I know some people don't like the shimmery bronzers, but I do like it. Then we're just going to clean that up underneath a little bit just to give it a little bit more sharpness so it's not all over the place. And again, like I said, I don't like to bake for too long. I just really like to kind of clean everything up and just kind of dust that away. And that was with a Real Techniques powder brush, which I really love that brush as well. And then we're just going to set the brows quick. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I definitely have to pick up another one. I have been using the NYX Control Freak, which is nice too. But, you know, we'll see. The next I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline, the Colossal Chaotic Lash, which I've really been liking this. It says it's a Volume Express, and it also has collagen in it, which is pretty cool. I'm not a big false lash person, so this is pretty cool. I always get compliments on, everyone always says my lashes are super long, but I definitely feel like this gave it a lot more volume. I don't know if it's because of the collagen or what, but you know, I don't mind the brush, and it was great. So next we are going in for lips. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Stripped Liquid Lipstick. Again, I just kind of wanted to keep everything neutral because we did that pop of bright blue and green, so I didn't want to get too crazy. And then we're just going in with my favorite. This is MAC's Melba Blush. I love it. It's great for an everyday look. It goes with anything, so it's perfect. Just kind of blending the bronzer and the blush together. And then I'm going to go in with my highlight, which is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I love this. I love gold tone highlights. It's perfect, especially for the summer. And I just feel like it suits my skin tone too. So we're just going to do that on the cheekbones, a little bit above the brow bone, a little bit on the cupid's bow. Just going to set with Max Fix Plus. And then we are all set. That is the look for today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you did. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.